Yes, I am back. Finally, here I am. I am so excited to be back. Before the hurricane, I had ordered a bunch of shoes and clothing, and I was going to do a video on how you can find affordable things to look like the higher end, you know, luxury or affordable, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, some of those things did finally reach me. There are a few things that did not, but I'm going to go ahead and record the video later today, so it'll be up. And then when the other things trickle in, I'll do a little show and tell for you. But unfortunately, because I did order them before the hurricane and I've been gone for so long because of internet connection and cable and having to clean up the house, I'm going to do a separate video on Hurricane Ian because there were so many questions. So that one is coming. But unfortunately, some of the things are probably sold out or not available. But I'm going to share them with you anyway because it might just give you an idea. You know I'm not a real trendy person. I'm more conservative. But I'm going to share my goods with you anyway. And I was sent from Ilia a bunch of different products, and I'm going to try some of those today. And I think what I'm going to do is a little get ready with me here. And I'll come back to let you know how this held up after I walk my girls. Now, the one thing about the hurricane is it did bring us some beautiful weather afterwards. It's been really dry. Thank God for that because we don't need any more water here in Florida. It gives them a chance to dig people out and just see where we're at. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'll come back after and see how this held up after a walk. The humidity is a little bit lower than it has been in my past foundation reviews. But we're going to give it a try, and I'm going to use a couple of other things here. I'm not going to get all fancy-dancy. Well, maybe I will get all fancy-dancy. I don't know, because I am going to do a little fashion show video afterwards. So anyway, we're going to get started, and this is from Wet n Wild. It is the Dewy Finish Foundation, Photo Focus Foundation, and I am wearing cream beige. I don't have any of the other information on this one, but I know that it's not very expensive. It can be found at most drugstores, your Target. I think I bought it at Target. It can be found at Ulta, all different places. Very affordable. The reason why I'm trying it is so many of you said it is really a nice foundation. So I'm going in with my sponge. I do have a primer on my face. I have a little bit of the Clarins, which is just about totally gone. I am really cleaning that tube out. And nothing else but my skincare and sunscreen on my face. Now, Ilia did send me a sunscreen, but I do not have it on today because I need to test it in a certain area to make sure that it doesn't irritate my skin, because you all know that I have a sensitivity to sunscreens. Okay, this has a very light scent to it. It has a beautiful finish, very similar, I'm going to say, to the Dior Forever Glow. The color might be a tad off for me. My body is tanned. I've been walking the girls. We've been out in the yard cleaning up a lot. So I do have a lot of color. Even with sunscreen, I do get a lot of color. So my face may be a little off from my chest, but we don't care. We are alive and breathing. That's all that matters. All right, so this does have a really nice finish, good coverage. Goes on really nice with the sponge. This is a damp Sonia Kashuk sponge. Goes on really nice. Boy, I need some eyebrow attention, all kinds of stuff. When we were out, we never lost power, but that's going to be in my hurricane video. But I have just been so busy. We have been busy, I should say, just really cleaning up and getting things back in order. It was a big mess. But anyway, we'll tend to the eyebrows at another time. Ilia did send me 3 concealers. This color here would be okay if I didn't have any color on my face, so I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use the Yucca, which seems like it would be the best one for me. I've never tried this. It is the True Skin Serum Concealer, Smoothing, Brightening. What else does it say there? Let's get the zoom lens out. Stabilized Vitamin C and Mastic. Ilia can be found, I believe, at Sephora and maybe Nordstrom. I think Nordstrom might have it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit here. I have no idea what this concealer's like. Okay, so that is the color. Not bad. It might be a little too dark for a concealer. It's very creamy looking so far. So let's go ahead and blend it down with my sponge because that is how I do it. Yeah, this is a little bit, I need something a little bit brighter, but we're just going to go with this one today. And again, you'll see how this all plays out in the humidity. All right, so it gives nice coverage. It has a dewy finish. Not bad. Okay, so there's the concealer. I'm going to put a little bit of it on the lid of my eyes just to cancel out some of that redness. Does a good job of canceling out, although concealer is not considered a primer. So if you have oily eyelids and your shadows move around on you, a primer is important. I don't have that problem because I'm more dry. Okay, so that is what the foundation and concealer looks like. I actually think it looks really pretty. The foundation has a beautiful finish. It's giving enough coverage. I can see a little bit of the age spots, but I don't want to pile it up right now, so we're just going to leave as is. I think that I could use a little bit of brightening concealer in here, but again, I'm not going to. Now, they did send me a powder as well. And it's a finely milled powder, and this one here says, Fade Into You Soft Focus Finishing Powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the concealer with this. Now it is white. Sometimes I don't like the white ones because they just are too bright, but maybe because the concealer needs a little brightening up, this will work okay. So I'm going in, this is the Wayne Goss brush. You know, I haven't used these for a long time. And the Wayne Goss brushes are very nice as well, but you all know that. Okay, so I want to press that just to make sure that there is no crease. And then I'm going to set it with that powder. Not bad. It's not bad at all because it's finely milled. Any powder that you use underneath your eye, I'd say over the age of 45 for sure, should be finely milled as you can find, because that's the one that's not going to really cake underneath the eye, because they will. Okay, so I have set underneath the eye. It's pretty nice, not bad. I'm going to do the same thing on top of my eyelid. Okay, eyes are set. I'm going to go ahead because the foundation's it's not tacky at all. It really did settle nicely without looking flat. It really does have a pretty glow. I am going to go in with my BK Beauty 102 powder brush. It's my favorite, I think. And I'm just picking up that Ilia powder, and I'm going to go ahead and just set the foundation right in the high points of my cheeks so that I can put some blush on, and just around the forehead a little bit. Let me smell this powder. The powder has a scent to it. It's almost a floral scent to me. All right, so there we have that set. Now, I'm not going to set anything else. I'm not going down in the jawline. I am going to just lightly, with what's left over, powder the nose. So that is the look of the foundation with the powder. And we're going to move on to blush. Now, everything else I'm using, I think, at this point, are things I already had. So I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer from Physician Formula. And I'm going to take the BK Beauty 107, and I'm just going to I'm going to fill that brush up really well. This is light in application, so I do put a little bit on. And I just want to tell you a little bit about some other videos that I have coming. I do have a question and answer, and a lot of the questions were about the hurricane. So that will be, I might split it up into 2 videos. What do you think? Is that something that you think I should do, or just put it all in one? Because there were some skincare, makeup, menopause, all kinds of different questions involved, but the majority of them were about Hurricane Ian. So I can either do one longer video or I can break them up. It really doesn't matter to me how I do it. So let me know down in the comment section what you prefer. And that'll probably come on the weekend, on Sunday, my normal posting day. I'm going to post this video. I'm actually going to try to get a couple of videos done. I'm way behind, my friends, because of the hurricane. I usually have my video recorded and ready to edit and everything the week before. It just helps in case something comes up, like Hurricane Ian. If I had had a couple of videos, I would have never lost time because I would have had them all scheduled and they would have just gone ahead and uploaded without me even knowing it because, you know, I didn't have any internet or cable. Anyway, so I just have a little bit of bronzer on. The butter bronzer is really nice, and the color that this one is light bronzer. I do have the dark as well, but I think I left that one in New York. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Revlon. I love this. I have this in both colors. This one here is the 110, and I'm going to go ahead with this, and I'm just going to use the same brush and pick up some of that. Now this has a light glow to it, but it's nothing crazy, and I'm just going to top off the bronzer just on the top part, just to give a little bit of a glow there. It's really beautiful, really subtle, really a nice, affordable highlight bronze for aging skin. Now, if you have very textured skin, this is something you might want to try because those that have more glitter in them definitely accentuate that texture. So keep that in mind. I'm just going to sweep over my eyebrows with this, not my eyelids necessarily, just the brow part. And I really do like this brush. It is the 107. There's also the 104, but if you use this for bronzer and you really don't have a lot of control, it can lean towards being too big for the bronzer because it's going to spread all over your cheek. If you want to really place it perfectly, they do have smaller brushes. Now this one here is the 106. You could easily just tap it on where you want it. You could use this for blush. Remember, just because something says a brush is for a certain thing does not necessarily mean you have to use it for that. You use it for whatever works. It's as simple as that. If it works for you, use it. I think that is enough for the face. So I do have the Almay Healthy Glow, I believe, Healthy Hue Blush. And this one is in So Peachy. I'm going peachy today, my friends. I'm going peachy. Now this is the Refer 18 brush. I like this for placing my blush. It's a little more dense, so I just load up the tip of this brush and I tap it in lightly so that it goes into all the fibers. I love these brushes. And then I'm going to tap really high up on my cheekbone here. And I just start to pounce the color, and then you can go in and pick up more and just keep placing until you have the amount you want. But see how I'm able to really just place it where I want? That's so important on an aging face. It truly, truly is. Let me get the magnifier because the other side is doing nothing for me. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and really build that up because I want to really give the illusion of lifting up my face. And then I go in with maybe that 107, and I'm just going to really blend here so that I don't have a harsh line in my temple area. And you see how that cheek has lifted up compared to this one? So now, I really want to give the illusion of high cheekbones. Now, if you're someone who's really, and you want to give the illusion of having more of a full cheek, then you can start your blush and do the apple. But I don't really like the apple on me. But you do what works for you. So now again, I'm going and doing the same thing. Okay, so my blush is on, and it's a bit much. So I go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to soften it. I'm not really spreading it around anywhere. I'm just going over it and softening all the edges and bringing it down to something that's a little bit better for my face. Okay. I'm either going to use the NYX or the Jason Wu. Which one do you want me to use? The Jason Wu is, this is actually a really nice drugstore. It's a little more expensive for drugstore. And then, of course, everyone's familiar with the NYX. So why don't I go ahead and use the NYX. And this is the Warm Neutrals. Now remember, I'm allowing my hair to go silver. So there are some in here that are a little bit more pink-based. And I can go with the neutrals as well. I can actually still wear warm tones. It's my foundation that I've had to change a little bit. Many of you ask, have I started to change? That was one of the big questions. So I will address that as well. So I think I'm going to go into this one right here. I'm going to do a simple eye today. And I'm just taking that light color all the way over the lid, packing it on, and I'm going to brighten up that inner eye with that. You can even go down to the next one to brighten up the inner eye. And then I'm just going to sweep it under the brow bone just to lift the eye up, and that's what that should look like. Well, it might look a little bit different on you because your eye is not exactly the same as mine. Getting back to videos, I'm going to do a fashion video. I have a question and answer video coming, and my most exciting that I'm really excited to share with you is my weight loss video. I have found what works for me, my friends, and you have to keep in mind that we are all different, and what works for me may not work for you, but I am going to share it with you all. At this point, I'm 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds, I believe, down, which is really exciting for me. And I'm not losing the weight crazy fast. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm doing something that's a lifestyle, and I could do it for the rest of my life because I wanted to find something that did not strip me of all the things that I enjoy. Now, I do move a lot. I move a lot because I have 2 dogs and I am responsible for their exercising. So I do move a lot. All right, I think I'm going to go in and pick up some of this color right here. And I'm going to use the same brush, and I load it up on the tip, and then I will tap it in. These do get a little bit of fallout, but again, fallout doesn't bother me. And if it does and you can't control the fallout, then put your eyes on first before your foundation. Sometimes I do that. It all depends. If I know I'm using an eyeshadow that really is going to just fall all over the place, I will go ahead and do my eyes first and then work with these foundations. All right, so I'm just carving out a little bit of the crease just for a little bit of definition, lifting up on the outer eye here, really blending that line. And that's about all I'm really going to do there. And you can see when you look at me how that's just created enough definition to give me a good eye shape. And again, I'm just going to, it's right where the hollow of the eye starts. I'm just lightly filling that in. And I focus the color on the outer upper to really give a nice lift. Boy, do I need my eyebrows plucked. While we're speaking about eyebrows, you know, I'm always in search for the serum that is going to really help my eyebrows. And I have been using something, and it does seem to be filling the brow in. So I'll be sharing that soon. It was actually sent to me, I think, again, it was during Nordstrom anniversary, where sometimes we get sent things. This is my first year ever being sent anything. And I got the Ilia, and I got something from Spanx, but there was damage done to it, so I could never share it. It was, the whole package was waterlogged, and what they sent was white, and it was damaged. It had stains all over it, so I couldn't share it with you guys. Spanx, Ilia, I got some suntan stuff, which I don't use self-tanning, so I gave it to my sister. And then, I can't remember the other, but there was something else. Anyway, I don't know why I was telling you that now, okay, because I'm all over the place today, all over. All right, so I'm going to take a thin brush, a tiny little brush. Oh, I was talking about my eyebrow. Yes, okay, thank you, I heard you. My eyebrows, there was, I'm not even sure of the name of it. They sent me the Lash and the brow, but the Lash I'm not going to bother with because Revital Lash is the only serum I will ever use on my eyes because there's no discoloration, no irritation, and my lashes are in the best shape ever. So Revital Lash will always be the serum I use because I've tried others and they don't work for me. Now, some people have good luck with others, but for me, they don't work. So I can't remember the name of it, but I will talk about it soon because I do think now that I'm really looking at my brows they are growing in, and I have never had any luck with any brow serum working. So that is kind of interesting. Okay, I'm going to go in with the number 3 pencil brush, and I'm just going to pick up I'll go in with this one here. It's like a reddish brown, some of my most favorite colors. And this palette has a lot of nice colors in it if you are a warm shadow person. So I just take it, load up the brush, and then tap it in. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of shadow along the edge here. Wing it out just slightly, just to give myself a little bit of definition. And I'll go and pick up a little bit more. And I'm really kind of just winging it up a little. I'm not really putting a whole lot of this on the actual eye. So it just gives a little bit of shape. Again, I'm doing a fashion video after this, and it's about the clothes. It's not about my makeup. And then I'm going to take my dogs on a walk, so this is all I need, because sometimes the neighbors do see me and I think they wonder, what the heck? We never see her with makeup on. I never walk the dogs with makeup. I'm never outside with makeup on unless I'm going someplace. So when I'm going someplace, I'll put my, my face on either light, or if it's date night, I do it up. But I swear they think Lou has 2 women living here. So I just put a little bit on the lash line, and then I'm going to go in with the number 1, and I'm going to soften that down a little bit, just so it looks like a shadow. And I'll do the same thing on this eye. Okay, top of the eyes are done. I'm going to go underneath, and I'm just going to sweep this same color I just used underneath the eye. And I'm going to fan it out slightly in the corner, just to give a little bit of definition underneath the eye. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this one here, and I'm gonna put it right over the one I just put on the bottom. All right, my camera cut off. I'm not sure when it cut off, but okay, so this is the eye. Now I think it needs just a little something, something. It's not rocking my world yet. So I'm going to take just a touch of this orange, and I'm going in with a number 1 Repher, and I'm really tapping it into the fibers, and I'm just going to lightly touch it along the crease line, but not all the way down to the lid, and I'm just going to warm that up just slightly. Same thing on the other side, tap it in. And I'm just putting a little bit of that color right in the lower crease area. I'm going to go in and just put a liner now. Look at me getting all va-va-voomed up just from my walk. And I am going to use the Fit Glow Beauty. This is the bronze. I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom lash line. Normally I don't, but I feel like it. My tinted brow gel, and this is in caramel, and this is just going to cover up the white hairs in my brows, because as much as I love the white hair on my head, I do not like it in my brows. I do think that our brows with white look old. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying other women look it, but for me, I don't like the brows white. Yeah, you can tell my eyebrows are growing in when I put this on, because they're a little thicker. This is not colored in or anything. This is just all my brows covered with the Anastasia Brow Tinted Gel. I'm wanting to go really red with my lips, but I don't know. Some of y'all might run away if I go with the red. But this is really a pretty red by Ilia, so I think I might. I mean, the eyes are a little strong for it. But what the heck, why not? Let's just see what it looks like, and if I don't like it, I can always remove it. All right, so mascara is going to be the Essence Lash Princess. So I'm going to go ahead and curl the lashes, and I will be right back. I'm not going to do this on camera. I'll be right back. I said that I was going to use the Essence Lash Princess. No, I wasn't. Ilia sent me their mascara as well. This is the Limitless Lash Mascara, and it has a brush that I'm not real crazy about, but it does build up nicely. So it was very nice, and that is the brush to it. Smells like a oh no, it has that same scent to it that I smelled in the other product. So now I know that the red lipstick is going to be too bold, but they did send me 3 lipsticks, and I'll just go ahead and show them to you. All right, so let's take a look at these lips. This one here is, what is this? I feel like I've been away forever and I'm rusty. Okay, this one is called Grenadine. It's really pretty. I think I'm going to put this one on. It is really, really pretty. That is Grenadine, perfect orange red. It's got a little bit of pink to it too, so that's why I think I might put that one on anyway. This one here is Cinnabar. This might be a good one for today's look as well. Oh, these are nice. That's the whoop, let me get that where you can see it. Well, I didn't really put them on the right way. That is the Cinnabar, and this one here is the Grenadine, and the last one is Rosette, which is a really, it's a nice true pink. So there is the Rosette right there. Really pretty. Let me turn them around for you. Let me do this for you. Okay, so you can see that is the pink one. Wait, there we go. There's a pink one. And then Cinnabar and Grenadine. Okay, so I bought this Laura Mercier pencil, which I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, and this is Ruby. We're going to use it, but the trick to being able to use it is it has to be very thin. So I'm going to just apply a very thin line. Okay, so there is a really thin line of it, and we're going to go ahead and apply that lip. She's going to be bold. Nice texture to these lipsticks. Really nice. Not real wet or sloppy. I got a little crazy over here. I got to fix that. But she's beautiful, isn't she? She is. Let me just fix that little area right there. It's really pretty. I actually like it. Love it. Great texture. Very nice on the lips. It doesn't age them. This is a really nice lipstick. This is their Color Block High Impact Lipstick with castor oil, apricot seed, and mango seed butter. Really, really beautiful. This is gorgeous. I think it looks beautiful. The lipsticks have me really impressed. They are really beautiful. Look at that. No drying. I have very lined lips. I don't have fillers or anything like that on my lips, so these are aging lips, and I don't think it makes them look any older. And the foundation is looking really nice. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and do my other videos, and then I will be back to share with you how this held up after my walk. So you'll see me several hours later. All right, my friends? As promised, I am back. I actually did a video that took me about an hour and a half to do, and then I took Harley and Lula on their walks. So that was it was a shorter walk today because it's later in the day, so it's a little bit hotter for them. It's 84 degrees. Humidity is only 47%. But I'll tell you, it's still really hot out there when you're moving. So I'm just going to give you a little brief summary here about the foundation. Again, I am wearing the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the Dewy. I do think it has a beautiful finish. It's very comparable, my friends, to the Dior Glow that I love so much. And also, I used a new concealer today. We'll talk about just briefly. New mascara from Ilia and the lip. Now, the lips, I love it. it actually stayed on. I had a little snack, and then I had a sparkling water from a can, so I drank that. And I really think it looks nice. I do have a slight little bleeding in my lip lines, but my lip lines are really deep, so I don't get mad at the lipstick. I just keep wiping it away. But the foundation held up beautifully, and it still looks really nice. It did wear off where my sunglasses were, because that's pretty much where I'm going to sweat there and they slide up and down. I don't think anything could last it. It still looks nice everywhere. It really does. And look at that cheek glow that I put on just before the video was getting ready to end. It really is a pretty cheek glow, and that's the Ilia again. Really pretty. You can actually still see it. I think that's really pretty. Lips, perfect. Love these lipsticks. I'll wear these colors in another video. The mascara held up really well. It did not transfer on my eyes. I don't really see any little flakes. Nice. And the concealer is really nice that I use from Ilia. I mean, if you look underneath my eyes, it's really nice. It didn't gather or collect. That powder settled really well into it. My nose is a little shiny where I don't really like it to be shiny, but that's just a matter of blotting just a little bit of powder and it goes away. I will say that the Ilia, because I used the Ilia powder, it has a little bit of a scent to it, but I'm not quite sure what the scent is, because I believe Ilia is a clean brand. Let me see. A clean, talc-free finishing powder that instantly blurs while keeping shine away with no flashback. So that's really nice. And it has rosemary in it. I'm trying to see if I can pick up what the scent is. But you know, I got my eyes like this because I have contacts in, and I'm even using this and I still can't see. So we're just going to let it go. I like the foundation a lot. I like the mascara, I like the concealer, and I love the lipstick. All right, friends, so that is it for today's video. I'm going to let you get on out of here, but before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I would love to have you as an ageless beauty, and right next to it is a bell that notifies you of all the videos that I'm putting up. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world, be lovable, and don't worry, love your age. It's good to be here. All right, my friends. I love you all. Bisous.